Welcome to SCR 2016. I'm Ultra David.
And I'm Sagem. How are things?
Everything is going pretty well. We got an amazingly stacked Street Fighter V bracket.
Yes.
If you want to check them out, you can go to smash.gg. You'll navigate over to where it says SCR. You'll find events. Then you can see everybody who's playing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really stacked. We're going to go through pools 1 through 8 in this block. And we're going to be starting off with a couple of players named Dr. Juanja and CollyBalls. Those will be our first contestants up here.
I'll have you know that he didn't pick the player names. It sounds like one of those things that David would have got to pick, but no.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get lucky.
Yeah, we got super lucky with our first match here. This is one of the last premier events that's happening. The second to last one. The other one, of course, being Canada Cup that's going to go on. And the regional final events are kind of premier events in their own little ways.
There are ways to get into Capcom Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
In the same kind of vein. And you guys just probably saw, if you were watching this channel, the regional finals going on in Europe. So now Sako and Bjunchained are both qualified for the finals day that's going to be going down. So a lot of people are wondering, where's Daigo? Did he lose? What's happening? But no, he's playing in, of course, the finals day for Milan, which is going to happen tomorrow. So we are here with pools action of Street Fighter V all day here on Capcom Fighters.
That's right.
So it should be a good one. Our opponents have fearsome names.
At least in this case, the one coming up after that is just Polly versus Killer Miller. Killer Miller.
Yeah, recently sponsored. That's cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I didn't know about that.
She's really good.
She is very strong.
Super offensive Mika player, and when she gets in, it's so impossible to get her away. She's got really relentless pressure. It's really awesome to see, and she still plays a lot of ST. I think there's an ST event here
really
too,
good
right?
at ST. There definitely is. Yeah. So before the players, I guess, are ready to go, we can talk about maybe who's here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Who else we have? So players include Zowie Gamerbee and Commander Jesse, who of course did great at ESL.
And they're in the same pool.
That is the same pool. Pool number 1. Yeah. I'm going to be going through these in a totally bizarre order. Pool number 10 is includes Forwood and Mike Elna.
Yeah.
As well as Dominion and Dogra.
Yeah, that's super tough pool. Yeah. That pool starts probably in the next block, I'd guess, right?
I think so. Yeah. Exactly. Pool number 11 has Reynald, who of course won KOF 13 at EVO, but he's been playing a lot of this game as well. Arlieth, who at various times has made top 16s and top 8s at majors, but also has gone 0-2. Yeah.
There's someone else in there, right? DRA?
Yeah, DRA's in there as well from the Dominican Republic, so which has been showing up really strongly. Yeah,
they beat the team, the Wednesday Night Fights team yesterday in the exhibition that went down.
Very good players. Pool 12 has Brent is Cool, Riketsu is in there, and Tatsu Shoyu. Pool 13 has K-Brad. Seems like about it.
Seems like it has K-Brad in it.
All right,
that's like Justin's pool too. I was going over the pools yesterday.
Oh, Nasser's in there.
Oh, Nasser is in there, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And there's a couple of pools like that, but for the most part, most have 2, 3, 4 names that you recognize. And if you head over to smash.gg, you can see them. But looks like we're going to get Dr. Juanja and CollyBalls. So a Juri player on the right for CollyBalls. I actually saw him playing on stage just a minute ago against our cameraman, who is a very talented Juri player. So we'll see how this goes.
Not a character that you often see, and a character that I feel like has kind of an interesting ceiling to it, but that at the base level is not that easy to play.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, she has a real funky system where she stores her special moves. You can see those on the bottom right of the screen. She has the light kick charge stored right now, but you want to get all 3 mostly for combo potential as well as just making her neutral a bit stronger.
Yeah, safety as well.
Yeah, definitely safety.
Oh, great block. Has a chance now to make things happen.
Crush on the sweep, and I'm surprised that there was no store from Juri. Usually when they get that crush counter sweep, they want to store those special moves up just because you have some time to do so. Couple of counter hits. Juri still has V-Trigger available, is super buff on this character, but a great air-to-air from Dr. Juanja to close it out.
So I guess it's probably DR Juanja.
That makes way more sense.
I think that makes way more sense. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with from now on.
Way more sense. And you see Juri again, no stores right now, so pretty weak on defense.
Well, it was definitely a scrambly first round, but I feel like Dr. Juanja has kind of recovered a little bit. I like the approach so far. He's had some high-low mix-ups that have been working out.
That was a good reaction. Oh, missed the juggle. Yeah, counter hit state when you punish that as well. It's invincible.
Really just taking control of the corners, Dr. Juanja right now.
Yeah, great job. You know, to press and not be overly zealous, right? The pressure's been pretty safe so far. Even back throw there, just in case there was like a wake up.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't seem as if he's very concerned. Oh, maybe he was looking for a wake-up EX. Didn't come.
Yeah,
CollyBalls. Oh, with the big... Well, had a big jump-in opportunity. Kind of left something on the table.
Yeah, didn't pop the trigger either. All right, reversal is good. And has a chance for pressure, plus V-trigger is still there.
Ooh, still a huge chance. Into... Ooh, the scramble! And Dr. Juanja just getting out of there.
Yeah, has all this meter to work with as well. And maybe another of those side smells won't kill, but it'll be close.
If he can just find some more chip damage. Oh, okay. Not even going to come up. Game 1 goes to DR Juanja.
Yeah, try to hit a button in between those stomps, it seems. And CollyBalls, you know, maybe just left some resources on the table. Maybe just not 100% sure on the game plan. Juri's a lot different in this game than she was in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah.
Where she was this really interesting space control character. Now she's a bit more reliant on grounded footsies, getting in there. She can set stuff up with her fireball.
And I think the resources is the most interesting and biggest part of that character.
Yeah.
So important to make sure that you're always set up with as many things as you can. It just gives her so many extra tools, like we talked about.
Right, and oftentimes it's okay to drop, you know, maybe a little bit of damage to get the stores instead.
Agreed.
You need that safety, as you mentioned, and also you need that for combo ability, because without it, a lot of times you don't really have options.
Wow, Dr. Juanja very insistent right now. Had a chance. Oh!
Drop combo now. CollyBalls to the store, but nothing on the empty jump over. That'll happen. You miss your cross up, get back thrown, and this is now match point now. So we'll see if maybe CollyBalls can figure something out, but so far it seems like maybe just not the right ideas. I'd like to see a little bit more of the roundhouse store.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've really seen that.
It's mostly been medium kick or light kick, and even when stored, has not used the light kick fireball a ton. Just one of the better tools for her, especially if you can throw it at this kind of mid-range where they're at right now and walk behind it. That's where you get your pressure from.
Yeah, it's a way to set things up. It's a way to make things safe. It's a really important tool for her. We just haven't seen it very much. Okay.
Yes, he has it out, but...
Right, into what is the question?
Right, yeah, not using that fireball to approach. And, you know, there's been a lot of trouble getting around these Necalli normals, and, you know, that fireball's a good way to get in there.
Fully stock right. Oh, this might be it.
Stomp, there it is. Should probably not be enough, I guess, maybe. Oh, it is a buff V-trigger.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, no, but at least in V-trigger, he gets a good setup afterward. No wake up, no EX,
gets
and
meaty
there you
stomp,
go.
as you saw. And, yeah, as you mentioned, in V-trigger, you get a better setup after the critical art, right? When you're in just, you know, normal Necalli state, you get like a meaty Seismo after, but it's not really as strong as a true meaty. So first match,
kind of a scrambly match. I mean that can happen even for players who are solid and who end up doing strongly.
It's early.
Yeah, right. It is early, even if not by hour. I mean, we're at 10:40 right now, but the first match that you play, it's on stream. You know, that can get to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get those stream nerves. Yeah. Even if you feel like, oh, I should be beating my opponent or something like that, like they'll just do something that hits you, and you're just like, what's happening?
It can be hard to recover from that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. Now, is he good? Am I good?
Right. What's happening? You never know. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go now to Tanya. Killer Miller is gonna be coming up next against Paul Lee.
Yeah, local Mika player is Killer Miller.
Right. Yeah. She's one of the best ST players in the States.
Yeah.
Her Honda's probably the best, maybe top 2 or 3 in the country at the moment. And in SF5, she's been playing a lot.
Yeah, been playing a ton. She comes to Wednesday night fights all the time. Plays Mika, is really strong in the tournaments here, has good results. Also, usually wins or gets top 3 in ST, which she helps run as well. So, you know, keeping that game alive, but not neglecting the new games. A lot of people play their old game. And then, you know, maybe don't play the new ones as much, but she's, you know, plays a ton of Street Fighter 5.
And I think the thing that I like about her, Mika, is that I see the Honda influence in it. Honda's a very fortressy type character in SF, in ST. And so as she moves forward, you can really see that, I think. The way that she looks for anti-airs, the way that she looks to control with normals is more patient than a lot of Mikas that you see.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then once she does get in there, she's super suffocating. Yeah. Really great pressure, insistent on a lot of buttons up close, especially jab, stuff like that for medium kick.
Why not?
Which, I mean, yeah, dude, it's so hard to counter poke against Mika for medium kick.
Yeah.
Because, like, you see it come out, and in your brain, you're like, that's not going to hit me. I'm going to whiff punish. And then you get counter hit.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, oh, I counter hit you with this. And let me do another thing. And you're just like, oh, I'm dying. I don't know what to do.
I mean, the game with that character is not to let her into that spot in the first place,
Never,
right?
Yeah.
Like, once she is, she's very strong.
Yeah, it's a dangerous place to be, and that's the character that we're playing against. Speaking of Mika, you know, we were talking about players here. I saw 801 Strider here. And I saw him playing some casuals with Mika, and, you know, he did really well recently at an event. I'm trying to think what it was. Was it ESL that it was there where he made that top 8, right?
He was just outside of top 8, but he did go far. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was watching him play a bit this weekend. Another really strong player who has been figuring out this game and trying to, you know, understand his place in it, and, man, his Mika looks great.
In Pool 18, there are a couple of interesting Mikas. Fubar Duck is in there, formerly one of the best third strike players in the country, and CJ Showstopper, who's really intent on doing well. Julio is also in there, one of the best Kens. El Cubano Loco, one of the best Vegas. And Ron Masama, who at Japan Cup got the farthest of any American. That's all in pool number 18.
Yeah, farthest placing American player, which is hilarious. That's super
great.
awesome.
That's great. Now, these pools are pretty stacked. 19 has Punko, LPN, Blockbuster John, MIT from MK fame, Rathmatics is in there. There's a lot of good players. Chris Schmidt from Marvel.
Yeah, that's a tough,
like I feel
pool.
Yeah, and MIT or Chris Schmidt, depending on how much they play this game, they could do it. Oh,
right below that
Cannibalito is there too. Very interesting.
LPN.
Yeah, LPN I mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. That pool is crazy.
So there are three players.
Crazy.
There are 3 players in that pool who are fantastic in other games, who have the ability to be good in this one, and I don't know how much they've been playing it, but I guess we'll see.
And then there's like 3 like fantastic at this game players.
Yeah.
So it's
that's a tough one.
Who comes out of that pool? Only 2 people.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. There's some super tough pools in here. So it looks like we're gonna get into our match. It'll be Cammy for Paul Lee, who is another local player, and of course we mentioned the Mika for Killer Miller. And we'll see how this matchup goes. You know, Mika is always such a scary character to watch, but when her opponent has an uppercut, right, an invincible reversal, it makes her pressure a little less scary. That's just that slight bit, because there is the threat of that reversal.
At the same time, for Cammy not having much life, to take that bet and to have it blocked is gigantic. It's so tough to recover around where you've given up that much life.
Right, exactly. I mean, one crush counter combo is massive.
Gigantic, yeah.
It's super dangerous, and you can see this wall moving forward that Killer Miller has, and finally brings out the drop kick.
Well, did you see her back off just a little bit there, expecting the dive kick? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Is she's moving forward. She's a fortress.
Yeah, you see that forward medium kick, the button she loves. A great confirm on the low jabs.
Not worried about the wake up. At this point, I think that's a great idea. If you can bait the Cammy into doing something nutsy at this point, then that'd be great. Paul Lee, the Cammy.
Yeah.
A strong player in his own right.
Yeah, Paul Lee's a strong player. He shows up to Wednesday night fights pretty often. Trigger available for Killer Miller, which gives her maybe a crouching fierce into it. A couple of scenarios. Yeah, you can see it there. Or the V reversal.
Yeah, it seems like she's confident enough in just playing the game. It's been working out for the most part.
You see, how many low shorts in a row was that, just thinking it out? That button for Mika, I don't hear it talked about too often. It's such a great interception tool. It's so great to keep her opponents just grounded.
Yeah, it's very important as a low for her as well. Ooh, crouching fierce right through. I love that. Always important to see how people address that charge roundhouse.
Exactly, yeah. And you see that she brought out the jump into the splash. That's to bait uppercuts a lot of times. Miller Time will go for that pretty early in the match just to see if you're ready with your wake-ups or anti-airs.
A lot of blocking there. Paul still trying to make this entrance. Okay, I love it, yeah.
That was great, yeah. Got corner positioning and got the mix-up.
Wow, not a true meaty.
Yeah, if you do meaty that correctly, you'll get out. Counter hit off the meaty setup.
Beautiful. Oh! That could have been a big chance for Killer Miller.
Yeah, that's one of the weaknesses of that Cammy V reversal.
Oh, huge chance for her again. Gets the link this time.
Dash forward medium kick, maybe, yeah.
Paul Lee's pretty stuck. Oh, yeah, Tanya was worried about it.
Expected that wake up, yeah, you're right. And man, this button
Look at this.
V-trigger finally. Back to the corner. This is big for Cammy, but immediately escapes.
EX wingless.
It's one of the best parts about Mika. She has such a great way out of there. Oh, the trade on the drill.
That was forward roundhouse coming in.
Good blocks and the tech.
V's gone now. Oh, where?
Oh! Her friend just from the top rope. And the first game's going to go to Miller. Yeah, you know, if she had called the quick Nadeshko, that would have OTG'd. She had done like the just downward one right on top. So, yeah, but the late Nadeshko catches the uppercut anyway. And Paulie just had this moment where he's like, I have no idea where Nadeshko is going to come from, and I have no idea what this mix-up is going to be. I'm bringing out the uppercut. And that was pretty much like the only time he had done it. But Miller Time still respected it.
An entrance now. Oh! Needed to get that.
Yeah, you got to get those jabs.
I feel like Tanya's been getting so many of her opportunities to give some up as Paul Lee is a big deal.
That time gets it. Yes. And the corner carry. He saw that there was the delay rise and just immediately got the dashes.
Oh, well, okay, didn't need the block. No! Bad news! Now in the corner.
No mix. Oh, didn't go for the trigger, and because of that, Paul Lee gets out of there with the uppercut.
He's got to do something about that crouching fierce that's killing him. It's just it's been letting Tanya into that range that she's been controlling so well.
And she's just been whiffing it and then hitting buttons after, and Paul Lee has not had the whip punish.
Right.
You got to be ready for it. Uppercut. That'll do it. Paul Lee with the round. Played a little bit more aggressive. He took some more risks. Maybe that's because the first game didn't go his way and he felt the need to, but regardless, that was a good little adjustment from Paul Lee. Wow,
double dash.
Well, no anti-air from Tanya.
I feel that Paulie is really trying to find a way to deal with that range that she's done crouching fierce from for so many times, and we really haven't seen it. We've seen attempted dive kicks, and that just hasn't been able to shut it down.
Yeah, it's been like the 4 medium kicks and the down fierce.
Right, those are really how she's been getting in.
And the charge drop kick.
Oh, this has got to be the round.
She's got to spend some meter on it,
EX?
right?
Oh,
yeah.
didn't spend the EX.
Yeah, instead, I mean, she's got such a control in the round, right? Oh, the splash. And yeah, that was fierce, stuck out from Cammy that got anti-aired. So there it is. Now match point for Killer Miller. Really controlled. I love the neutral that she's playing right now. And Paulie hasn't had a great answer to it. Now trying to be a little bit more preemptive and stick out a stand medium kick to get in the way. And Miller Time immediately looked to clap it.
That back strong, very important. It's a non-committal way to anti-air there.
Right, because even if there is the splash, then it whiffs and you get the down medium kick punish.
Wow, jumps and not anti-aired.
View reversal is good. She can dash up and get pressure after.
The tech. Paulie fighting pretty well in the corner right here. Yeah, that was beautiful. Ooh, out of the roundhouse before she got airborne.
Yeah, I think she tried to block and get the view reversal, but it just turned into a roundhouse.
You might be right.
It's been a lot of defensive view reversal from Miller. Okay, this is big. To the corner. Just needs a few guesses.
As well.
Cammy with the immediate view reversal. Yeah, still so much meter for Miller Time.
Oh, she's very dangerous still. If she finds one hit at this point, she can seal the deal. Potentially even a crouching short.
And she walked forward so far right there.
Oh!
The interception. Good work. And Paulie standing at that range, you know, he's afraid of a couple of things. Down fierce was still a threat, forward medium kick, right? But Miller Time had dashed a bunch at the end, just really trying to move in. And maybe if she had played a bit more patient, looked to fish with like fierce into critical art or something like that, would have been a better option. But got a little antsy, and Paulie did a good job closing it out.
Yeah, I feel like he started to play better footsies towards the end of that.
For sure.
A little bit stronger in the mid-range, kept Tanya out.
I like Miller Time going for that low jab into the crouching medium punch. That's a throw bait. It'll make her go airborne, and if you try to defensively throw, it'll just whiff.
Switch sides just like that. Oh, funky anti-air. Works out.
Yeah, and you know, being cornered as Mika is never really a problem. She just gets out with one back strong.
Well, potentially the same way for Cammy with that the V reversal.
Yeah.
Tanya still pressuring here. Look at it, spacing. Very important tech.
Oh, what a command throw out of the button, and that would have stunned if there was even life to live it. So, man,
that was such good spacing on that. I feel like she walked up to the exact right range where that would even work.
Yeah, and just threw Cammy out of a button even. So, oh, great fierce. That is the whip punish you need.
Again, not a true meaty. Yeah, if you stick a button right into her, she cannot wake up with that.
Yeah, exactly. Anti-air on the neutral jump from Paulie is something Miller Time has not been able to do so far.
Backing off. I feel that Paul's getting more... He's getting more comfortable at that range, so he's okay with backing off a little bit.
Yeah, and then does the dive kick. The confirm. Still scary round. At any point, Paulie could just eat the rest of this damage. There's the fierce.
Love that range, the walk up into it. And now Paulie in a pretty good situation for himself. Oh, he dashes up after all that time spent controlling the mid-range and backing off. I think that was a really smart forward move.
Yeah, I'm totally not expecting.
No.
And that puts us to match point. Both players the last round. Well, pretty even on meter as well. Neutral jump from Miller is no good. Oh, that was great. Clap. Now gets corner carry off the EX.
No wake up.
Oh,
tried
no
anti-air. Well, he tried to. She tried to.
Yeah, it was a button. It looked like another clap and another reset.
Right on out of there.
Huge
really trying to follow up. Really trying to follow up. Oh, you can see. Wow, what a call out.
Backdash on the forward fierce, just not timed properly. The slide.
Oh, that's it.
That the command throw will do it.
It just seemed to me like Paulie started to get a little bit lax about controlling that mid-range. Right. She wasn't, you know, there were times in the previous round especially we saw the fierce, we saw the crouching medium kicks to sort of take control of that ground game, and I didn't really feel like he did it in the same way in that last round. It seemed like there was more of letting Tanya run around.
And I think it's one of those things that it's really taxing to play that game, to wait and intercept Mika, right? So it just goes and it's grinding and grinding. You get to the last round, and you just feel like, all right, I've established that I'm playing this ground game, but Tanya was just like, all right, I'm going to run you over. If you're not going to have these preemptive buttons, then I'll just run in there, and that'll be that.
Right, and I think it was a very interesting adaptation after seeing that dash forward at the end of the previous round. I think that was a sign from Paul that he was, he had thought that he had taught Tanya to expect that mid-range control.
Exactly.
And then she was like, no, you have to continue to establish that. I'm not going to just take it on faith that it's there.
Right, exactly.
Very, very interestingly played.
Yeah, and then that's one of the things that you have to think about fighting games. Like, even if you feel like you've taught someone something, even if you feel that the faith is there, just like I have faith that you guys will be signing up at home for the PlayStation experience, which you can, of course, check out at the Anaheim Convention Center. There's $5 off 2-day early bird pass with Fight Money 16. That Fight Money has got to be good for something, and that is, of course, for the $5 off of the 2-day pass. Enter the code at PlayStation.com/experience-tickets.
That's not too far from here. I'm looking forward to that one.
Dude, it's right down the street from us. I'm so happy. I'm in Anaheim. So the Anaheim Convention Center, a lovely venue to pick. It's no San Francisco.
It's no San Francisco.
But it's a lovely venue.
It's a place that people can gather and watch video games.
Here's this gentleman here. Speaking of video games, Zowie's Gamerbee. Recently sponsored by them. Also works for Twitch.
Got his hands everywhere these days.
Yeah, you know, at TwitchCon, I met up with him. He had this super fancy Taiwanese TwitchCon beach house for all the Taiwanese streamers out there.
Really?
Did I not tell you about this?
No.
And I walked up to him and I said, Bruce, you know these Taiwanese streamers get this awesome beach house you guys rented out? Where's our fighting game beach house? Is what I asked him. And he said, you know, Steve, I don't think that's happening, but I'll work on it for you. I said, all right, Bruce. I'll keep that in mind.
You can dream, I suppose.
Yeah, I could dream. So he's been everywhere lately. Won 2 Premier events. I think he is one of only 3 players to win 2 Premier events so far.
Yeah.
Oh, is this going to be a Necalli mirror? So we have the commentary mirror match and the in-game mirror match. Right, Steve?
And you know what? At least one of them has red, one of them has blue.
That's good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Capcom figured this out. They know what they're doing.
Let's go. So, yeah, I think Bruce Gamerbee comes into here as one of the favorites to go real far. Right. He has had that success lately. At the start of the year, it wasn't like that for him, but he's been fantastic in the last couple events he's attended.
Yeah, and I talked to him a bit about it, his practice regimen, and basically the answer was, I'm not practicing a ton. I'm just playing really solid, and I'm getting the job done. So
sometimes that's what you need.
Yeah, and I mean, he's one of the best players in Street Fighter 4, you know. One of the best Street Fighter players ever.
Yeah, I think that's true. Right now, controlling exactly how he needs to. You can see the meaty setup right there, and Haganail is just caught.
Yeah.
Gamerbee backing off to exactly that right range.
And you see Gamerbee backdash there, probably expecting a wake-up uppercut.
Big chance for Haganail at least to get out of the corner.
And you see Haganail made a pretty classic mistake at the start of the round, which is you're so scared of your opponent, you just walk yourself to the corner.
Right.
There's so much fear, right?
Oh, huge chance for him. No! Needed to get something. He's had these crushes, and I just feel like he's not had enough after it. Look at that. That could have been the stun. That could have been the round for Haganail.
Now Gamerbee's in there. And you just wait for the uppercut. No answer from Gamerbee either.
We're seeing safety first gameplay right now out of Gamerbee.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh!
The miss and the punish, it's not enough though.
Haganail has had 2 or 3 chances to take this round, and yet Gamerbee survives in it.
And you gotta know, Gamerbee's gonna look for chip. No!
I wonder if that was the intention.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if it was intention to get super right through that. I mean, that's the range where it works.
And multiple Premier winning Gamerbee loses the first round.
Yeah, I mean, losing the first round is not that uncommon, and it's not that bad of a deal. But I guess just the part of the way he lost it, I think, is discouraging. So this has to be a big recovery for him. Okay, controls, and not into EX, maybe saving the meter. I don't know if it's intentional.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, the meaty is good. It's going to be close to stun. One more will do it.
And he did go in there, so no longer the safety first gameplay. I like to see that. I think that's really important in this game.
Yeah, I think Gamerbee has sort of figured out what he should do. Kind of figured out the game plan. And last round it was working as well. It's just the little scrambly stuff at the end.
But I mean, Haganail is a dangerous guy right now. He has a lot of tools available to him. The movement's there, the damage is potentially there. The mix-ups are there. I mean, we haven't seen him get those things, but they're available to him. Gamerbee now playing
super safe. Patient. Yeah, very safe, non-committal, sticking out buttons at a range where, you know, only his opponent will run into them.
He just doesn't need to make any big risks. He doesn't need to. There you go.
There it is. Yeah.
I think he was also looking out for what it seemed like he wanted at the end of the first round. That super through a ground pound, and he just wasn't going to give that to Haganail.
Or even just for chip, right? There's the uppercut Gamerbee needs. And meaties have been a great idea. Yeah.
There were a couple of DPs in the first round, and he was worried about it there.
Yeah, Gamerbee established that there was a throw there last time. What an uppercut.
Maybe? No!
And that'll be stun.
That should be it. Is he going to build? Oh, I thought he was going to build super.
Not enough. Oh, commentating with James Chen, huh?
Hey, man, you can't get them all right, all right?
Well, we'll see. Gamerbee just needs a bit.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, punish for sure.
Can't get through that.
Yeah, it's too bad in this game. You know, the V-triggers, you feel like you want to pop them as like one of those freeze frame moments to see what's going on and stuff. It does not really work. And, you know, Necalli has one of the faster V-triggers to do that kind of stuff with.
He does.
You can, you know, react a lot of times. V-trigger.
Well, I wonder, I mean, he had just been hit by the jab, so I wonder if he had pressed a button and then canceled into V-trigger, but, you know, his button didn't come out because he was being hit.
A lot of times you try that, and it just happens. You know, you want a big, like, roundhouse in a V-trigger or something, and that'll happen to you. Now moving in. Gamerbee got this corner positioning as we've seen each round so far. Reset with the throw. Now Gamerbee is in there, man. Pressure.
This is where we've played almost the entirety of the rounds, and there have been a couple of Dragon Punches. Oh, huge chance not canceled.
Yeah, Gamerbee missed the anti-air. Such a rare thing from him. So consistent about that.
Necalli's jump fierce, I think, is one of the few things that beats Necalli anti-air jab.
Yeah.
So we've seen that come up a couple of times.
Yeah, you know, and it's weird just because Gamerbee has some of the most consistent uppercuts, I think, out of any player in Street Fighter.
Yeah, you see, all he's looking for right now is to contain. He's not approaching, he's just waiting for the jump or the movement forward. Yeah, that's the entire game plan right now.
Oh, there's the wake up.
Oh!
Gamerbee wasn't ready,
No,
but not
again!
a completion. Oh, man.
Again. Oh, again a chance.
Not going to be a combo. Gamerbee's in there, yeah. That was so scary.
Well, Gamerbee takes that round, but I'm worried for him about how that round was taken.
Yeah.
Even though he won it, there were times in there where Haganail really could have gotten good work.
And he does not have an easy pool. So, we'll see if Gamerbee, how he's playing the rest of the day. There's the anti-air. Again, not much damage since it was the jump dive kick, so super high on the body. Oh, okay.
I like the idea of walking out.
And there's that meaty fierce. Yeah, after forward throw, Necalli can dash forward, hit fierce, or low medium kick, or even sweep and get a meaty.
Very great movement right now from Gamerbee's Necalli. Okay, yeah, he goes for the hit from. We haven't seen that from Haganail.
Vertical art now available. Man, that anti-air jab from Gamerbee, he's just got to commit to the uppercut.
Yeah, like I said, I think the Necalli is one of the best at beating Necalli's anti-air stand jab.
Yeah, he has super strong jump ins.
He really does.
The jump fierce has super low vertical hitbox.
Movement right now from Gamerbee is really a sign that he's not going to take any risks. Jumping at safe ranges, walking, not really dashing.
This is how you close out the round, right? You don't stick out any big buttons. If you do stick out a button, it's a low medium punch or jab or something really fast. You know, not going to stick out roundhouse or something crazy.
Right.
Oh, it's Gamerbee, right?
Right. Yeah, no need to make anything big happen. He just needs one more anti-air. He needs one more hit. Haganail, I still feel that Haganail can do this. He just hasn't taken the opportunities that he has had so far. That's it.
Oh, no, it wasn't in time. Gamerbee's got the chip anyway, and that will be that.
As great as V-Trigger Necalli is, he does lose that V-Reversal. No longer has access to it.
Yeah, that's one of the issues of popping V-Trigger on a character like Necalli, especially Necalli, right? He stays V-Trigger the whole time. Or if you're a character like Ibuki or Yurin who keeps their V-Trigger for a long time, you have no more V-Reversal, and you can't build it back, right? So if you pop V-Trigger as, you know, Necalli is super low on life, that's just going to happen.
So again, you mentioned that pool, how strong that is. That pool has Gamerbee, Haganail, who we just saw. Right. There's Commander Jesse's in there, who did great at ESL recently. Lap Chi is in there from Canada, who's always a wild card. Dude, he's the kind of guy who, the way he plays, he's just so dangerous at any moment.
He could just win the pool.
I mean, really, like, it's happened in the past.
Yeah, we have no idea of knowing who, like, what he's doing at any time. He could just do it.
He could.
So he's always a terrifying player, is Lap Chi. But that pool is tough, right? Commander Jesse, as we mentioned in the pool, is going to come up to the stage now.
Yeah, he's coming up.
He had a super strong performance at the Brooklyn Beatdown.
He really did. I mean, not only did he get top 8, at the first, this is not just the first time he traveled to a tournament, okay? Right. It's the first time he traveled on an airplane.
Ever. He's never been on a plane.
And despite that, despite this new situation to him, he did great. In the process, he double perfected Mago.
Yes.
I mean, he beat some fantastic players on the way. So that was pretty recent. It's something he's going to be thinking about on his way through this Capcom Pro Tour.
Which is now on the screen, David. Thanks for bringing it up. It is, of course, presented by the PlayStation 4. You can check out CapcomProTour.com for more information or any of the social media links you see down below. You can also purchase any of the Capcom Pro Tour apparel over there as well. Head over to Amazon. Should be pretty awesome. And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, as I'm sitting at home in my Vertigear chair, watching the Capcom Pro Tour, playing on my PlayStation 4 using the Twitch app, have the XSplit app, you know, open up. I'm using XSplit to broadcast you know, in my Vertigear chair while wearing one of these Capcom Pro Tour T-shirts presented by the PlayStation 4, I'm of course thinking like, man, it's just a good day to watch some Street Fighter, David, you know?
You know, I love that red one. The red one's solid looking.
You like the color, eh?
I do like the
one?
color. Yes, yes.
I know you're a fan of the color red.
I am.
You're a bad person, and that's fine. Because blue is just the better color.
You know what I read? Was that blue is the most common favorite color.
That makes total sense for me, right?
Yeah, it does. Actually, that makes total sense for you. You like the boring, common stuff.
Yeah, of course. 'Cause the boring, common stuff is always the best stuff. You say that as you sit in a blue Vertigear chair wearing
Well, I wish it was red.
You are wearing a blue shirt, David. We are both wearing blue.
I can't always win, unfortunately. Many times, but not all the time. So it's going to be Commander Jesse on the bottom right with the Dhalsim that he's made work so well.
I'm super glad you clarified bottom right because this is impossible to tell.
I got to be honest with you. When I saw Bossba walk up on stage, I was about to say, oh, Commander Jesse's coming up to play. Luckily, it was indeed also Commander Jesse coming up to play.
Can I be real honest? When I saw Boss Man come up, I said, oh, Jesse's on stage because I literally thought he was Jesse.
Boss Battle Tim.
Yeah, it's a mirror match here. Laura, Dhalsim. So
this is a big swing match. Dhalsim can control the stage reasonably well against Laura. The anti-airs are there, the ground control's there. He can pressure her too. But if she ever gets in, you know, she snowballs better than almost anybody else in this game.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And I mean, you know, even as scary as her pressure is, she has pretty good neutral buttons. I think that people often overlook.
Yeah, I think you're right. Although in this matchup, I really like, probably supposed to be EX
Fireball.
Flame.
Yeah.
Sorry, EX Fire. But yeah, you know, if she gets close, that's really what he's worried about. Like this, big chance now.
Oh, max distance slide, Jesse in the front, and there's that gray life you see in the upper left adding up. This is big.
That was a big call out.
Gets meaty here. Oh, it's unsafe.
Yes.
No punish from Jesse. It was just a little jab, but still gets the drill anyway. And we're still waking up. A lot of players, this is their first or second match in pools. It's super early, so there's going to be a couple of drops maybe, but you know, this is the key moments. You have to be able to play in these moments, right, where it's early in pools, and you have to be able to beat players, you know, despite the circumstance. Dash in pressure, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's a frame trap, friends.
Yeah, he can dash up and do fierce, and it is a frame trap. Yeah. That's the kind of frames we're talking about.
Okay, again with the bet. Now that is part of why this can be a dangerous match for Dhalsim. It's not just on bets like that, but she can actually react to some things with her EX.
Yeah, EX shoulder. Yeah, you just saw it again. Jesse with the slide under. Sniper could do it.
Oh, this is a big chance now. Boss Battle Tim cancels it into what? That puts her at slightly negative frames. Not punishable, but she can't move first afterward.
No.
And Commander Jesse took advantage with his stand jab.
Yeah, and then afterwards, his opponent was in a bad spot, right? Because it's going to be maybe the low slide, maybe the jump jab. You're not sure of what it's going to be after that, so you kind of got to guess 50-50. So you never know what it's going to be.
Round one.
Okay, well, we'll see if he can make these adjustments, Boss Battle Tim.
I love the spacing from Jesse. You know, he does a great job of cutting the screen off, right? So what he does is he puts his back to the screen, lets his opponent walk backwards, and then moves in behind it. So that way you're losing max amount of space. Meaty slide. Jesse has pressure now.
He's going for all the setups.
All of them. And you know, I think he's one of the sims that really optimizes that kind of stuff and does the setups.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, there are you know, everybody knows about them. All the sims know about them.
Right.
Not everybody does them very consistently, and he really does.
Yeah, Jesse has the kind of execution and just awareness to do that kind of stuff.
Oh, not canceled into trigger. That was there. That was so much damage and stun. Given up.
Oh, missed the air gale. Well, Jesse has pressure anyway. Another one. And one more for the round. Oh, he tried behind.
Kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
But it was cute.
I think he's just trying, because at this point, Jesse feels like this should probably be his match.
I think you're right. You know, for Boss Battle Tim, to back off at the start of the round is not even really that bad. It's a way to set up the fireball. So I don't think that's that bad of an idea for him. It's just that after that, he hasn't been able to set things up, and when he's had chances, he hasn't taken advantage.
Jesse, look at the stun. Can get the dash back fierce, yeah, and do the roundhouse.
No, not quite there.
You have a couple options after that. Jesse really aggressive. One more for the round. The float in the front, yeah.
Yeah, he can end up on both sides there.
Right.
I mean, if he ends up with a cross-up, it's just going to be jump short, and there's not really too much out of that. But as the last hit to a round,
right,
it's a pretty legit mix-up.
You got to guess, yeah. If it's that final little smidgen of life, it's tough to say. So good work from Jesse. You saw You know, what I really liked, as I mentioned, is like as his opponent's backing himself up, right, to the edge of the screen, Jesse is moving forward by throwing Fireball and then drilling.
Yes.
And he's just cutting off that screen space, which is a really smart thing to do. And it's, you know, it's the little things like that that give you advantages in matches, right?
Yeah, Sim has to be played kind of weirdly in this game. It's it's not just the sort of ground control zoning that he's been in most games.
Right.
You have to move differently. He's much more about movement.
Right, the float and the drills.
Float, drills, very important. I like that. I think that's super interesting. But it does mean that you have to play a little bit differently than many Sims have been accustomed to.
Right.
At this point of the game, you know, it's been out for about 9-10 months, and even the beta before that has been out for like a year.
Yeah.
So I think people are more or less accustomed to that.
Yeah.
But I do think that he has some of the better Sim movement of any of the major Sim players.
I mean, you know, one thing about Jesse to keep in mind is that he plays multiple characters in a bunch of games. So in Street Fighter 4, he was playing Sakura, Chun-Li, Dhalsim as well, right? Guile a little bit. He would counterpick some characters like that, right? So he's not unfamiliar with playing in different styles of character, so he's not only a Dhalsim player.
I remember
in this game, it's Dhalsim.
I remember in SF4 when he started picking up Sim, because it was towards the end that he really mained that character.
Right,
it was more like Sakura Chun before that.
Yeah.
And I thought, what a mistake. That's a terrible idea. But in this game, I think Sim plays to his strengths so well that I think it really does make a lot of sense.
Because as Chun-Li and as Sakura, he had that execution, and he
Yes,
can pull that stuff off, right? And that's going to translate super well to Dhalsim in this game, who super execution heavy. You got to hit the Gales, the dive kicks, the teleports, the mix-ups, the setups, right? He has so much that you really have to maximize and hit in all these scenarios. And Jesse has that kind of execution and ability to play and do those funky setups. You know, I mean, as Sakura, right? You're so used to doing, you know, do this move, whiff this, dash, jump fierce, and it's like unblockable, right? I mean, those kind of manual timings and setups and stuff. Jesse could do that 100%.
You see that in his gameplay. So this is pool number 5. It's going to be Haitani on the left, one of the best players in the world. And on the right is going to be 310 Patrick from the U.S. Also in this pool are Kelvin Jeon, Sabo from New York, a really strong Mika. We've seen do well in the past.
There he is. You see Haitani, as you mentioned, one of the strongest players in the world, out of Japan. Super great Necalli play. At the start of the game, most Japanese players considered Necalli to be the strongest character.
Yeah.
And they said Haitani was the best player.
Yeah. And
he was so good that at the start of the game, they're like, not only is this character ridiculous, but this guy is just absurd. I don't know what to do.
And he's had a lot of success. He's been making pretty consistent top 8s. That said, rarely has he actually taken the first. And at these big events, he hasn't done it yet. So there's like a little barrier in there. I'm not sure what the deal is.
Yeah, still not 100% qualified for Capcom Cup. So this win here would be big for him if Haitani can do it. Likely a candidate you guys will see playing tomorrow during the top 8. Has the charge.
Yeah, I think he's one of the favorites to get deep into this event, because he consistently has done that.
Back throw. Waited to see if there was uppercut or anything, and when there wasn't, the back throw was on there. Great round from Haitani. You just saw Gamerbee earlier on Necalli. A bit of a different style from Haitani. Crush, and he's going to have charge, of course. Gets set up here, and he walked forward and back looking to see if there was going to be throw bait. Chance for Patrick now.
Okay, yeah, that's good. His own stun bar goes down. He gets to deal some on Haitani. He gets out of the corner, back to the mid-stage.
It gives him a bit of space, but he's waiting out a lot of this Karin V-trigger. Close to V-trigger himself is Haitani.
Haitani very patient.
Jab, yeah, gets to confirm after the dive kick. And you see Haitani has so much life, but still, he's done 2 V-reversals and still has a bar and a half of gauge. He's got a couple of crush counters.
He is playing so patiently and so conservatively. He's waiting for Patrick to press a button up close and then V-reversal. And other than that, very little by Haitani. Very few jumps, very few movement forwards. It's just really, he's finding those little timings for the buttons. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah.
There was not much in the way of terribly active play. And unfortunately for 310 Patrick, he put himself into where Haitani wanted him to be a lot of those times.
And I feel like that round that we just saw, Haitani could have been playing any character in the game. And done the same game plan.
For sure.
It was not a Necalli specific game plan. It was literally just, I'm going to play some footsies, hang out here, you know, I'll walk up a little step to make you stand up, then I hit low forward to make you stand, you know, stuff like that. It's just, yeah, Haitani's playing really well.
9 seconds in, he already had a bar of V-trigger built up. That's pretty solid.
He's going to build more, yeah, maximum V-gauge build on that combo. You can see 2 bars of V-trigger, and he just now lost health.
So, oh wow, 310 Patrick. I was going to say he has to pay attention to that V-reversal, and I think he wanted to go for the grab to bait it, but Haitani had the crouching jab as a solution. Very smart play.
And Patrick close to stun, but probably not going to be an issue anymore. Anti-air, he gave up space and then covered it, so that way when the jump came, he was ready.
And here's that patience again. Haitani just hanging out, you know, same exact way that he took the previous round. Very patient, the button at the right time. That's it.
Yeah, and you see how he gave up space last time, right? And then immediately dashed forward. Karin jumped to cover that distance that he felt like he had earned, right? He's like, oh, Haitani gave it up, I'll move in. Immediately, Haitani had that uppercut ready.
One of the things that always impresses me about very high-level players like this is that they feel that they sort of boil the game down. Right. It feels like it's just a very simple game, and you don't know what you can do to get around their very simple style.
Yeah. Oh, the jump over. I mean, oftentimes you play against super strong players, and you feel like you have two options, and both of them are wrong.
Right, right.
And to make you feel like that takes a really good player.
Again, that just hasn't worked out. The V trigger has been V reversaled every time.
That was that low forward landed for Karin, but no cancel into anything.
You know, if you watch where Haitani is letting Patrick walk up into, it's a range where you know, a jump into cross up might work. Oh, big chance!
Missed it. That was supposed to be probably a low strong buffer from Haitani. Didn't get it now.
That cross up works this time. Super, he does use it. Not going to kill, of course. No more meter for anti-air.
Yeah, no more meter. Haitani's got to turn it on.
Ooh. Oh, that should be that.
Fierce, and that should do it if it lands, and it does. Haitani is going to take it over Patrick, who, you know, he had a nice little series at the end, and I don't feel like was playing well. It's just Haitani is on another level. Well, super powerful player.
You know, it can feel like Haitani boiled it down to just a couple of things, but like I was saying, there's a range where he kept letting Patrick walk into that Patrick didn't really abuse in the way that he could have. Could have turned into a cross-up. Could have turned into, you know, a stand short kind of frame trap. Yeah. And we just didn't really see those things. The one thing I think that impressed me most was the one time when Patrick tried to walk up and get the grab during his own V-trigger, expecting that there was going to be a V-reversal attempt. And that's exactly when Haitani put an end to it with his own crouching jab.
Yeah.
So, you know, that moment, that was, I think, at the end of the first game. Yeah. That might have been something that Patrick kept thinking about towards the end. Well, I just can't approach him.
Yeah.
He has the solution.
Yeah, and it's weird because
it can be tough to get out of your own head on that.
Karin should have, like, the normals to fight in that range, right? That Haitani is letting him come. Yeah,
she does.
But it's just not happening.
Well, yeah, I mean, Patrick unfortunately learned the lesson too strongly that you can't challenge in that range. And that's something that's about the player, not about the character.
Right, and then that's when you have to adjust your own spacing and maybe think, hey, if he wants me in this range, maybe I need to either approach this range with a different mindset, a different, you know, number of buttons, or maybe playing a different range all entirely. So we have a match coming up. Interesting, man. A bunch of crazy pools here.
Oh,
it looks like it's going to be Iperu versus Gllty. Gllty recently got back from SEAM, Southeast Asia Major.
And Japan Cup before that. She was in East Asia for about 3 weeks, just traveling around. She played a ton with a lot of the top-level players. In fact, she stayed at the gaming house where, like, Ita and who else is there?
Yukadon and Goichi, right, and MOV.
So she played a ton with so many good players. I'm really interested to see how she does here, her first big tournament back in the States after that trip. There always tends to be a post-Japan high. Yeah. Whenever friends of mine have gone there, they've always come back and they've always been very impressive.
Like super
there's
buff,
a bump,
right?
There's a bump. I mean, there really is. But this is a tough pool for her. This is pool number 8. Gllty's in here. Iperu on the left, extremely strong player. Filipino man, one of the best in the States, is in there as well. So it's not going to be an easy march through.
Right. And I've heard she's been messing with some new characters, maybe even 2. Yeah,
she's been playing some Juri. She's been playing some some Ryu, I should say.
Right.
I would expect Sim, but I'm not really sure what to expect out of Iperu. I haven't seen the guy play in a while. I'm not sure which character he's going to be playing.
Yeah, you know, I saw...
It was Rashid at the game's start.
Rashid, and then I saw some Laura, and then, you know, some other characters. I think it's back to Rashid now, but I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, I really have a lot of respect for Rashid, so I think that'd be a great choice, but we'll see what he does. I just want to plug on Twitter a guy who's been doing some interesting stats at Sir Retro 08, who I haven't had a chance to bring up, but he's been telling us some interesting stats. For example, in Haganail versus Gamerbee, Haganail's longest time outside of the corners, 13 seconds.
Jeez.
So that tells you how much corner control there was there.
Yeah, thanks to Sir Retro for the stats. Has done this for a few CPT events.
Yes.
So a good Twitter to follow during all this going on.
At Sir Retro 08. All right, so it is going to be Laura for 801, Iperu, and Gllty. Went with Sim, I would think. Yes, she did. So this is going to be the same matchup that we saw from Commander Jesse, but I imagine we're going to see a different game plan out of Iperu, although very interesting, very unusual start with that V-skill over there.
Maybe even an accident, who knows, right?
Maybe, it could have been V-skill dash intended.
Yeah, that can happen. And so far, Gllty's playing a great range game, which you have to put Dhalsim. Yes, the flow was a little high on the body. Iperu finds the jab, counter hit.
So whereas Jesse is much more about the movement and the range and coming in with drills, Gllty is a very setup, pressure-heavy style sim. She's very insistent. She likes the mix-ups. Oh, that was the intention.
Okay, yeah.
That was the intention.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Gllty very much about the setups, very much about the teleports and the offense.
Medium kick rather than back strong, and that's bad news for her.
No punish from Iperu. You got to expect the elbow to chase there. It's going to be a mix-up, but yeah, that'll do it.
I think she went in the air a little bit early.
Yeah. And you can float left or right and fall with the roundhouse.
Yeah, roundhouse or medium kick from the front or short from the back.
Great flow from Gllty. But you see, Iperu knows when he can challenge those air floating fierces and come down with a button. Yeah, counter hit Gllty. Don't know what she tried.
Oh, probably supposed to have been instant air out.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just, grounded input.
Look at that white life. Look at that white life on Iperu's side. That's so dangerous. Can he survive it? I think he might, actually.
Yeah, it should recover here.
Wow, overhead.
A lot of it. And there's another one.
Oh, we're definitely seeing input errors out of Gllty. She does not want ground teleport. It's terrible.
Yeah, so much recovery. It's supposed to be Tiger Knee teleport.
Yes.
Right off the ground.
Oh,
big jump, but that's not a punish. Gotta watch out, too, if you're Gllty about throwing something too overzealous. Oh, perhaps gets in there, and that'll do it. Iperu. Big roundhouse crush and had to confirm.
Yeah, from that stand fierce range right there, she's not going to punish Dhalsim. Laura's not going to punish Dhalsim, but it's certainly her first move after that.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Bad spot to be for Gllty early, but she can probably TK teleport out, and she does.
Oh, maybe!
I think it's got him. Yeah, jumped.
What was the intention there out of Iperu?
Yeah, neutral jump, right? I'm not sure. Crushed out of the air.
I love that solution to Sim's float.
That's really smart. I don't think I've seen a lot of lower players doing that.
I definitely have not either.
Spear reversal available. Can dash and do the elbow. Instead looks for roundhouse.
I almost think that's worth it for Sim. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you can prevent Laura from going crazy, it's useful.
Try to get the throw, but
no
did not time it right. Oh, no low forward or anything from Iperu either. Just stayed patient. Now, big chance for Gllty.
Wow, what was that? I don't even know, honestly.
Whiffing 3 shorts.
Oh, coming in into, okay, backed away. That was a big chance for EX elbow.
EX elbow, right? And there it is, the EX elbow reaction. Yeah, you and I both expected it off of that wake up. That fireball was just hanging in the air, still in animation, but Iperu is going to take the first game. I love the V skill. I think now the solution for Gilty's got to be empty float, land, punish the V skill to deal with it.
I guess she maybe also could preemptively do teleport to the other side. I really think there are some solutions. Or even just, well, oh dang, she's getting very button-Z, and Iperu is getting button-Zer at the better times.
Yeah, just kind of counter-hitting when Gllty wants to hit buttons. And yeah, exactly. Oh, doesn't get the follow-up that time. Maybe out of range. What a fierce from Iperu.
You can really see Iperu controlling the mid-range there. I don't want him to concentrate on that, though. He still needs to get in.
And he's doing a great job of getting in. Can punish? No, yeah, but either way is okay. I'd like to see Iperu react to those teleports a bit better, but besides that, the way he's playing the matchup is really good.
I love it, yeah, it is a different style.
The jump at the start, and I think Gllty probably so worried about that dash V skill, getting hit by a lot of things now. And the jumps are, happening for Iperu. There's the big teleport from Gllty. Can start up the offense.
She has to make these mix-ups work. This is her game plan. Yeah. And with the way that the mid-range is being played, she has to do something very interesting for the pressure to make this happen.
A trigger now available for Iperu. The slide into the fireball. Full combo.
To her credit, she's doing it.
Oh, yeah. Scary spot for Iperu. I mean, Sniper will do it, and the stand medium punch will, too. Around for Gllty.
I like that stand medium punch. The intention for Iperu was to dash forward while Dhalsim was looking for something like the overhead or low, but she took control instead.
See that V skill again? Iperu trying to get that snipe out of the air. It's a good option from Laura, who normally can't cover that space super well.
So we are seeing some changes out of Gllty's play, and I like the adaptations.
It started to float higher in the air to deal with that V skill. And also maybe just float a little bit less, be more mobile in general so that Iperu can't pin her down. Yeah,
more stand strongs on the ground as well.
Lands with the jab, that's what Gllty loves to do, now has pressure. The elbow, doesn't get the knockdown, but still, man, so much V reversal out of Gllty.
I love it. I think it's great. You have to get away from Laura, very important. Iperu now with the chance to come in.
Again a V
Great
reversal.
life again there. A lot of great life, and it's melted.
There's the big punish, and Gllty has a chance for mix-up now. Tech from Iperu, but he's still down on life. Got to expect a panic elbow or something soon.
There it is. And
V
now,
trigger.
Big chance for Iperu.
Oh, the elbow in, chases it now. Still has the V trigger available.
Oh, that could be it.
popped it.
Into what? Grab.
Reversal, the jab. Oh.
Say what? That was a grab attempt. Was it too early?
It must have been, or too late, actually, because the jab got to come out.
I guess it was one of those.
It was one of those, right? Yeah. Just mistimed in general.
Mistimed in general.
It was either too late because the jab came out and beat it, or too early because she was stuck in block stun.
Right. And therefore unthrowable. So, unfortunate end. It was a scrambly end. I often think that scrambles favor Gllty, but
yeah, definitely.
Sometimes, you know, especially against a character like Laura, that can be her downfall. So it's something that she has to look forward to, look out for.
We'll see if there's the adjustment. Iperu starts with that low medium punch from Laura, looking to buffer and counter poke the limbs. It's a great button to do that from Laura. I think she has some of the best counter poke buttons in the game. There it is, counter hit confirm, and now Gllty's in trouble. Got to guess on wake up, and she guesses right.
Floating lower this time as she did in the first game, and that was bad news for her.
Yeah, the low floating to the ground, not a good option. Iperu can shut that down. It's the higher floating in the air and the teleports, as well as the movement, that's been an issue.
See how Gllty really likes to press buttons in situations like that. That's been costly for her, but there it worked out.
Still, you got to be careful about EX elbow. Ah, caught and not completed, but there's the throw, and that's the round for Iperu, who's now on match point. See if maybe Gllty can make this adjustment and force us to a final round, but you know, kind of went back to the things she was doing in the first game there.
Yeah, okay, so here's the higher float.
Right, that's what she needed to be doing last round, but cornered herself, gets out. The big jump. And no punish this time from Iperu, but at least had the walk down.
Wow, crouching fierce, really interesting choice. Into maybe a mix-up, one side or the other. Tech again. It's been similar 2 times now.
Yeah, there's got to be Guile or maybe throw bait setups.
Yeah, I'm very surprised to not see EX elbow there. 3 times there have been chances.
And counter hit.
Oh!
And reset. So smart from Peru. You hasn't
Super's
brought that
there.
Out. V reversal.
Yes, of course.
Is there the wake up? Yeah, there it is.
But no, it's going to be underneath.
Low, right?
Underneath,
low,
yeah,
under?
for sure.
Oh, but not a real punish. And the damage is so absurd. Oh, caught, and that should be that. Iperu. Man, goofed up the punish, but still got away with it. That's a scary situation to be. It should have been maybe, you know, down medium punch into the medium elbow instead of low forward medium elbow. That doesn't combo.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just could have grabbed, honestly.
Or that, yeah.
Crouch, medium kick, grab.
I mean, I was thinking, you know, medium punch, medium elbow animation, so that way you don't get stuck with, you know, anything that's going on. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, what a crazy match that was. I'd love to get another chance to look at it.
Yeah, because it was an interesting game plan out of Iperu. I loved. Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna take a look at the end of this. So that crouching medium kick gets underneath. Yeah, if he had just grabbed there, or if he had done the elbow into the animation, there were definitely some opportunities.
Yeah, but again, Gllty landing with the jab, you saw it come out. Boom, that's that. And you know, Gllty does that a lot. Anytime she gets air reset, immediately comes down and swings.
She will try. It's a very common sim thing. I don't know why it works. It works for me too.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not really sure, but it does work a lot. Like I said, scrambles I feel often favor Gllty, but against a character like Laura, those are just such dangerous things. And at the end, didn't work out.
Exactly. Well, we're gonna head to a quick break. I'm looking at the matches we have coming up. You guys are not ready for what we're about to see. It's going to be some good ones. These are the end of the pool matches. We're going to get some heavy hitters up here. I mean, our next match is going to be Bjunchained versus Chris G.
We're going to have Yousif versus Stupendous, Haitani versus Kelvin, Jeon as well.
Yes. So both the Jeon brothers playing, and probably the end of their pools. It's going to be a good one. A little break, and we'll see you guys soon.
Here from Daigo, quite rare. Justin's first jump in a while here. Oh wow, a double jump. There's the jump back jab again. This could be super. Justin is going to eliminate Daigo Umehara. Oh my god, this offense is just ridiculous.
Oh my god, that is
poison.
Oh, he's gonna get hit.
Oh my god. Oh, he took the risk.
And here, no, he's just a safer option.
We should have at this point. Look, see, this is how this is where Luffy shines.
yeah.
Patience thing. Oh,
God.
He's got on deck. Luffy needs to do something.
Oh my god.
And that's it.
The beast is in the house. He's in the house.
Well, we mentioned that we have some marquee matches coming up. The first one already set up, and it's going to be Chris G versus BJ Unchained in pool number 7. If you'd like to get a handle on the pools, again, you can check out smash.gg, but alternatively, you could go to arena.flowko.tv, FLOKO.tv, and click on SoCal Regionals right there. you can then check out everything. And in fact, they're being updated live. So I can tell you right now that this is the winners finals of pool number 7. Chris G beat Wolfson, Rami, and Mongoose. BJ Unchained beat Eric Build, Tanya, aka Killer Miller. And that's, I guess, where he started.
Yeah, and they have, you know, the matches and how long they took, what the score is going to be. You can also watch all the different feeds over there as well, over on the Flow TV. So if you want to watch any particular matches going down that are off stream, you can do that as well.
Yeah, flowko.tv, super cool. I'm really happy to see that. And it'll even tell you which round you're in. For example, this is currently the round of 64.
Yeah, so if you
we're in
this
top
match,
64 right now.
Exactly.
That's so cool. That's so cool that that's being done live. Arena.flowko.tv. All right, so BJ Unchained coming here from Northern California with the Necalli. He's been playing the whole time. Chris G landed on Guile pretty soon after the character came out, and he's been one of the better ones since then.
Yeah, I like the pick. I'm not sure how much, you know, there's so few really strong Guile players. I'm curious to know how much BJ knows this matchup really, and it's kind of just playing on like, I think I know how to fight Guile.
Well, I can tell you that Chris doesn't really believe in Guile. He doesn't think the character's very good.
Okay.
But he does like playing it because he gets to do
the loop,
and you know, he sort of has some opportunities to get in and also to zone, both of which he likes and is good at.
Yeah.
So
and he can also play control, which I think he's really good at.
He is. I mean, that's how he was the best player in Marvel.
Yeah, big jump in behind the booms. And, you know, Chris made up, that V-trigger popped early. He didn't get the loop off of it, but, you know, he got about 50% just off the strength of that. So
yeah,
I think he'll take it.
For sure.
Now, BJ Unchained got to move in.
Slowly moving forward. If he gets super, he can be very dangerous, of course. I love these setups from Chris. I almost feel like I'm watching different angles of Morgan fireballs being thrown, different timings of that. Super coming in!
Yes. Should be the round if he got it.
I think
and
so.
He did. Yeah, that's the round for BJ Unchained. Built all that meter, and as you just mentioned moments ago, that's when he becomes most dangerous, right? Got that low forward V-trigger cancel, gets the big stomp, and that's the round. So just so quickly, he built up a ton of meter and played most of that match full screen as Necalli.
Yeah, there was a lot of damage at the very start, and then there was a huge portion of control by Guile, but at the end, that's all BJ Unchained needed was that last hit.
Right.
So here's this mid-range stuff. Guile can really control well. Oh, missed the link.
And yeah, so far, that was a big jump from Chris. He's got corner and immediate reversal from BJ.
It was a risk, that's for sure. If that had been blocked, that might have been stun and the death.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know, it's important to establish that. You don't want to get yourself run over. And Guile does have pretty solid frame traps in this game. Oh, no anti-air!
That's probably one of the first times he's missed it so far.
It
Chris
is,
got away
he had
with
it 2 or 3 times in the previous round.
Lands on the boom to reset. And now Chris is so good at following those booms, capitalizing on them.
Like I said, I feel like we're watching Morgan.
Yeah, his reactions and ability to, you know, kind of freestyle behind the booms is really strong.
I know he doesn't believe that much in Guile, but I'll tell you, I really do.
Yeah, me too. You know who does? Who told me yesterday he's the best DLC character is Justin Wong.
Interesting.
He really believes in this character, and you know, I could totally see why. Chris so far, love the way he's playing. The big jump forward. It's not turned into anything, but it was the right idea.
At the same time, from BJ Unchained's perspective, I don't mind him playing full screen. If he can build V-trigger with that Seismo, then that's fantastic for him.
Yeah, the only issue really is that Chris gets to set out this V-scale boom and move behind it.
Right.
When then that happens, it's definitely no good for Brian. He's got to try to prevent that if at all possible. It's that EX boom, it's so fast. And now that the V-scale's out, you see Chris got so much screen space. A challenge with uppercut, but those are scary to do.
Backing off a little bit to a more comfortable spot. I think Chris was waiting for the jump. Didn't come until the boom was out. Nice patience by BJ.
Yeah, and you see, you know, a lot of gray damage added up for BJ, but that turns into V-gauge, right? Oh, what a jump. Chris just saw that a second ago and mistimed it.
There's
Close
the link this time.
Yeah, instead of going in after, he chooses to get that V-scale boom, and now BJ Unchained just a bit.
Now, that speed is there. He can't just walk into Sobats. Those Sobats are pretty solid. Oh!
The air-to-air, the challenge!
Guile does not have truly invincible options without meter.
He has no meter to work with. Oh, the spacing. He walked just out of range of that fierce. Snapped in that forward medium kick. Good work.
So I really like Guile's ability to close out rounds. I think it's so strong. He can attack so suddenly from far. With EX Boom, with Sobat, the medium kick, with back short, the knee.
Right.
Of course, setups, if he has V-trigger, he can use them to set things into really
or like V-scale boom, right? And follow
V-scale
behind
boom, right. I really feel he's one of the best at closing out a round.
Yeah, he has an overhead. There's so many things. Oh, the whiff punish, man. Chris G is really taking control of the neutral now. And there's no anti-air. I think that's a sign of Chris just really smothering BJ from a lot of angles.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. It's going to be tough to recover from that, but specifically BJ, I think, does have to look for that.
He's got to watch the dash-in approach, the jump. Okay, dive kick this time, and Chris looked for down fierce.
Chris was waiting for a jump. Had charged. Didn't
come.
His own jump again.
Man. That's a big sign for Chris. Yeah, and he moves in behind it.
It's still there.
And the quick rise, you don't really want to quick rise that as it, you stand up into the boom. If you delayed rise, you can't get as much. But a lot of people, still trying to figure out Guile. There's the reset. And another uppercut. He's got trigger.
But I feel like that's been most of the damage that BJ has dealt is those panic situations, and he just hasn't been able to build on that.
Right, and all it takes is one of those to be blocked for Chris to get, 40% swing off of it. Uppercut this time. And now corner positioning.
Okay, no meter on Chris's side. He doesn't have it.
Another. Does he reset or the damage? He wants damage. Another cast BJ has to have right.
Oh, got it. That could be. What does he get after this?
Oh, he dropped it anyway. The jump over, and Chris uses the opportunity to get out of there.
Are still there.
No gauge left, and that should be punished. It is now match point for Chris G over BJ Unchained.
Huge bet by BJ to come in with that. I don't know. That's not a good sign.
And it was not even like, it was kind of a reaction, but if you can react, it's too late already.
Exactly, yeah, especially against Guile. Here's the anti-air. So important to establish this.
And he tries, okay, that time he does the shorter one just to get in. And the challenge, man, Chris G sticks out the button, follows under the boom to get out of the corner.
Beautiful.
Man, Chris G's spacing and awareness so good right now.
Combo. He's so good.
Oh, and it's stunned. It should be the round if Chris can hit the whole combo. And there it is. Chris G over BJ Unchained. Such sick, controlled Guile play.
I love also that that confirmation towards the end of that round right there. He just, I feel like Guile. So here's the thing about Guile to me is I feel like he has excellent stage control.
Yes.
I feel like he's great at ending rounds. I like a lot of his buttons. And at the same time, I feel like he has more interesting combo opportunities than a lot of other characters.
Right,
like
he can convert off things that you wouldn't expect.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, he did walk up, stand strong, crouching strong, and already had boom.
Yeah.
He already had it.
He already had the charge.
Right, yeah. So I feel like that character has so many tools. The only downside, I feel, is that you need meter for invincible reversals, but welcome to almost all of the characters. There's only a few exceptions to that.
Right.
So, I really think that character is very good.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, like you mentioned, right, stuff like walk up, close medium punch, frame trap, low medium punch, boom. And in the corner, you can combo off of it, right? Or if you have EX, you can get the knee after. Or as you saw there, he did EX, and then he had EX flash. Yeah. Like, those kind of combo potential and pressure is really strong for Guile in this game, I think.
And there's also such interesting potential in the V-trigger that I still feel like isn't really entirely explored.
Chris has started to do some of these interesting setups, right, where instead of the knockdown at the end, you throw like the slow boom and you jump over low or short and stuff like that.
Right.
I know Jimmy Fishmouth came up with a bunch of setups for that. James Chen had a bunch of crazy-looking setups
for
off
sure.
of it.
Yeah, I mean, we see Do doing that stuff.
Do has it now,
we see I'm Still Daddy and Ryan Hart doing that in the UK. We see Tron doing that in East Asia. So, I mean, there are Guiles who are doing that, but I still feel like there's a lot left to be explored in there. I feel like there's so many... Again, it's like a Morgan Fireball situation where she can zone, she can set up, she can cut off different angles, she can make pressure happen. There's
force movement and stuff like that.
All sorts of interesting options. So anyway, Chris G qualifies in winners out of pool number 7.
Just caught us gushing about Guile for a while.
I know, yeah. If you want to follow along, arena.flowko.tv is where you can do it.
This is going to be an interesting match. We have TGZ's, the Game Zone's Yousif out of Arizona. Super talented young Ryu player out of Arizona. And, Arizona has a major coming up near the end of the year, Rewired. So they have a lot of strong players out here as well, like Mocha Latte is out here, but Yousif is here, you see him on
Yousif,
the left.
Yousif is part of that crew of Kuwaitis who have come to the U.S. and become fantastic players. There are really like 4 or 5 of them.
Right, so like Arizona had a bunch of them.
Yeah, they did.
And on the right, his opponent, Dark-Sided Stupendous.
Yes, Stupendous, one of the best Zangiefs in the country. I feel like he plays Zangief the character the best in the country. And of course, he has been a threat at Wednesday Night Fights. He started traveling in the second half of the year.
Yeah, and this is his first time traveling. So like this year is his first time really saying like, all right, I'm gonna head to events. Like Combo Breaker was like one of his first events. You know, huge amount of entry numbers, like over 500 people. He got like 13th or something like that, or like top 16.
He got really far. He's a strong player.
So
he's up against Ryu is what I expect. Is that what happened?
Yeah, Ryu. Yeah, he played Ryu and Evil Ryu in Street Fighter 4. Right. Did Yousif. So
yeah, no, I think this is definitely the right choice for him.
And I think Stupendous really excels in Shoto matchups. I feel like he's good against Shoto characters. And you know, his style of Geef, as you mentioned, he's not afraid to take guesses, right? He's really good about that, and I think that style of Geef is pretty necessary in this game.
This is a really interesting range as Geef in this matchup. Oh, nice. He's probably roundhouse, yes. Geef can really control that space.
Oh, man, look at the damage. Yeah,
that might be stunned.
It's close. He needs one more. And there it is. That's the round for Stupendous. That range that you mentioned is actually really terrifying as Ryu.
Yeah, I fully agree. With forward Fierce to blow up headbutts, and also at maximum range to actually hit Ryu's hands.
Yeah.
Or charge stand Fierce to get right through it. Fish with a Fierce or a roundhouse and get the crush counter.
Or jump.
And, right, at the same range, if Ryu's looking too much for ground control, you can jump.
Or you can do forward medium kick, a little hop into SPD, right? He has a lot of really great options. This range is a bit better for Ryu.
Yeah, I was just going to say, this is a range that I like. And it doesn't look like a big difference, but the difference here is really big. Just outside of stand Fierce range is huge for Ryu. Unfortunately, yeah, as you move backwards, you're going to get cornered eventually.
Yeah, and there it is. Big damage swing. Stupendous is going to have a small lead. But corner positioning now in his favor. You can see Yousif probably going to try to pop something in a trigger. There it is. Has the guard break. And he lariats out. Yeah, good work.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice setup by Yousif.
Covered. Yeah, he covered with the sweep.
Right.
You want to make that as checkmate as possible.
Very nice reaction. Goes with jab. Not too much afterward as a result. Yes.
So he just goes for the hop instead of dashing up and making
triggers
himself
there.
negative.
So at this point, throwing a fireball is very risky.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, even as Ryu, you might want to be closer in, where throwing a fireball is harder to react to.
Right, yeah, you see Stupendous even gives up a little bit of space so that he says, all right, I'm going to build meter over here. If you throw a fireball, a little antsy on me, trigger is going to get popped.
Right, so very patient play right now by TGZ, White Tower, Yousif.
Every fireball so scary right now. It's the round if he has the V-trigger.
Oh, I love the movement right there.
He was looking for a jump. He expected maybe a jump out. Huge chance now for Yousif.
Hey, overhead, no, backs off.
And only 13 seconds on the clock to dash. And you saw Stupendous stuck out the jab.
So at some point for Geef, I feel like the better opportunity is to actually pop trigger once you're far away like that, because then you'll only need a jab or a short or something like that to close out the round.
Yeah,
and getting through a fireball is you can still do it.
Exactly, and you mentioned that, right? That low jab buffer V-trigger is so scary when you have the trigger pop.
Right.
So that's what you mentioned, and I think that's a really good point.
So there is a range, like I said, closer in where you can throw fireballs more safely. But at the same time, a spot where just outside of that, Geef is really good. So this is a really interesting matchup between three spaces. One farther where Ryu can throw fireballs, one closer where Zangief covers his options, and one even closer where Ryu can do fireballs again. But closer than that, of course, is Zangief's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So there's all these really interesting options. I love the matchup.
Yeah, it's a real interesting matchup. You know, despite people talking about relative strengths of the characters, I mean, Geef definitely has a pretty good tool set to fight Ryu.
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe a slight loss for Geef, but no big deals. Maybe even.
Yeah, that's usually how the way it goes, right?
Right.
Or a little worse even for Geef.
Yeah, no, I mean, Geef is not one of the best characters in the game, but he doesn't get steamrolled by more than just a couple.
Oh, just challenge with Lariat. Wow, and trigger is available for Stupendous, and he just needs a few of these big bets to take the match.
Oh, he's definitely in it.
Oh man.
And this is maybe the start. Yousif has a lot of meter on his side.
Oh man, he held up. He did not want to get SPD'd. He got hit by a couple of jabs and shorts, but you'll take that as opposed to an EX SPD.
Very risky spot to throw the fireball right there. You see Stupendous. Oh, he didn't confirm.
Didn't cancel into V-trigger, yeah.
It can be tough. Oh, Super's coming! Not death. Stupendous is going to have another chance on this. 15 seconds left. He needs to find something. If he does, he might get super out of it.
Yeah, he's super close to building that meter in the bottom right. Oh, the hop trade.
Oh, that's a chance to get through.
No! The walk-up SPD, and it's going to be tough at this point for Stupendous to chase. Not enough time?
No,
not going to be enough time. Yeah. Even if he got the damage for the SPD, life lead still to Yousif. He could have delayed rise, woke up uppercut or something, and there's not enough time.
Man, this cadre of Kuwaiti players who have come to the U.S. I mean, people back in that country are very strong too.
Right.
I don't know what the deal is over there, but they don't have that
there's
many
like
people.
An event going on in the Middle East today, right? This weekend, I think there's one going on. That Infiltration's at or something. I do know that Stupendous lost that game, but I really feel like in the second round he gave it away by losing that corner positioning.
He's walking up into that Ryu's range. Okay,
yeah,
very
great.
nice.
And that's an interception that Stupendous is real good about.
For sure.
Checking that dash with the low jab. And that's one of Geef's best footsie tools, surprisingly.
Oh, yeah.
Super far range.
In the game.
Yeah, huge horizontal range on it.
Now, we haven't really seen Stupendous do the charge spheres through, except for in the first round. Okay, he's trying it here.
Yeah, there it is. Yousif tried to hit that low medium punch to intercept, but, you know, Stupendous had that SPD just in time. Okay, crush. Uses it to get out of the corner and spacing.
Very smart. Oh,
Big
huge
jump.
chance.
Yeah, Stupendous took a couple of risks in a row with the jump, and then Yousif immediately that uppercut. He hasn't done many of those. Might have been the first wake up. Yeah.
It is. So now we have the situation again. Can Yousif throw a fireball, or will he just be walked backwards? Or will Stupendous get through? Again, there's that. You see him walk up to that range where he can throw a fireball more safely.
Right. Then you just have to be careful. Does he walk into Zangief's buttons?
Right.
Or
which has happened a couple of times.
Yeah, or he's dashed up and eaten a jab and an SPD or something like that.
Hey, I love the movement.
Not enough. Like that he tried. Oh, what a dash overhead. He just took up that space and Stupendous was not ready.
So gutsy.
It's, you know, it's scary because Stupendous has done jab there to intercept so many times. And it's just that one sequence at the end where he cracked a couple of situations where Yousif, oh man, yeah, that time Yousif tried to do the throw bait, same situation as last time he tried that.
It just hasn't worked out for him. None of those have worked out for him. He's been caught or gotten nothing out of it every time, whereas if he backs off to this spot, that's been the success.
Yeah, I don't know if those bets are really necessary.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like it. I mean, you can't just walk backwards the whole time, but even when he's been cornered, he's been still pretty consistent.
Or why even dash forward, dash back when you can just dash forward and hit the low strong? This is what he did the other round, and it worked.
It's true.
Oh, big whiff, and no whiff punish from Stupendous. I think he's worried about other stuff.
Super now on deck for Yousif. And he's really trying to fish for confirms. Oh,
big jump from Stupendous. Can't get much.
Looking for something else. Oh, the drop! That sucks. The range was just outside.
Oh, got him. This is going to be big damage if he spins. No.
Didn't want to.
Yeah,
but Yousif taking a risk being up close. Yeah, that's attempted counter hit. Medium kick. Trying to get it to trigger. But again, we have this end of the round where can Stupendous find a way to get the trigger? No, he's not going to.
That is that Stupendous 2-0 loss to Yousif of Arizona in Kuwait.
Very strong play by Yousif.
Yeah, that was really clean stuff. And you know, Stupendous is one of those players that we talked about being really strong Geef in the entirety of the US. And you know, that's the kind of player that you have to watch out for. Everybody knows Yousif is really good.
For sure, for sure. And solid play, right?
Yeah.
Like, some people play Ryu offensively, some people play in zoning. That's definitely more of the solid zoning play. I mean, when he went for the up close, when he dashed up, just didn't get too much out of it. Only really a couple chances in that whole set.
I think very reminiscent of the loss Stupendous had to Daigo when they played. I think that was at CEO. A little less of a dunk fest, but still pretty clean for Yousif over Stupendous.
Yeah, it did seem like Stupendous started to get a little bit flustered, which is very easy to do in that matchup.
Oh yeah, super.
Where, you know, he wasn't getting charged fierces through anymore. That was really just in the first round, and I think one attempt after that. And he was walking up to a range. I mean, as Geef, you want to walk forward. That's your MO. But you can't do it in that matchup in the same way because there is a range where Ryu has better control than you do.
Yes.
And I feel like he kept walking up into that range. Difficult not to. Not an easy matchup. I don't think it's a bad matchup, but it's difficult to play.
And it's such a little difference between the range you want to be in and the range you don't want to be in that it's so easy when you're just thinking, I have to get in, I have to get damage, I have to get in, and just walk into that range where you don't want to be in, you don't even recognize it in your mind what you're doing.
It can be tough. It can be tough.
Yeah.
Well, nice play by Yousif. He's going to move on. We're going to move on to, looks like Haitani versus Kelvin Jeon. Youdeal, MJS, Haitani from Japan on the right.
Yeah, and you see Kelvin Jeon
on the left.
We saw brother of Kelvin Jeon, BJ Unchained, play just a minute ago against Chris G, and he had that loss to him. And now Kelvin up here against Haitani, one of the strongest players, as you mentioned, in the world. Yes. God of Japanese fighting games.
Going back 2 decades.
Super, super, super talented player. But on the other side, you have Kelvin Jeon, who's no stranger to making just absurd, you know, I guess situations where you would consider him the underdog and winning.
Yeah, that has come up in the past, yeah. But he's had really some strong success, not just against American players, but internationally too.
Yeah, super. He's one of those players where you never know what he can do. Right. He's just always a constant threat. And in this game, he plays Mika, one of the cleanest Mikas I think I see, where setups are always crisp, spacing is really, really strong and neutral. But you have to imagine, you know, Haitani knows how to fight this matchup, and he's playing such a dangerous opponent.
It's a matchup that I'm sure they're both very familiar with in terms of characters. Of course, Kelvin plays against his brother BJ, who uses Necalli all the time. Haitani gets a chance to play against Fudo and other Mikas all the time. So it's going to be, you know, there's not going to be any mysteries here. It's just going to be who can control the other player.
Yeah, and, you know, both have styles that could steamroll the other. It's very possible Kelvin Jeon could just get the steamroll on Haitani or play it slow. I've seen him play this kind of slow style where he's not afraid to back himself to the corner, just so that way if you happen to move in, he can get that Irish whip, that clap backwards, and put you in there.
Ooh,
That's what he just
punished.
looked for. Yeah, I don't think Haitani expected that big whiff early.
I'm sure you're right, yeah.
And you know, you see the way Kelvin's been playing so slow, and then immediately takes a little bit of a risk. Haitani gets out of there. No setup after this. Yeah, you see the backdash from Kelvin, but Haitani he's been ready for the forward movement so far.
Yes.
And that's stun already, early stun. It's a great round so far. Kelvin tried to play it slow, and the few times he took that forward movement, that's the round. Perfect for Haitani in the first round.
It's a 39-second perfect. You don't see that very often.
Definitely not. It was controlled from Kelvin in the beginning, but immediately kind of ran into a few situations over and over.
And, you know, as strong as Mika is in pressuring, she can get pressured herself, and Necalli's very strong at doing that. She does not have a strong wake-up.
No, definitely not. Wow, buffer. Haitani was ready for that crush counter and confirmed off of it.
Okay, I love the crouching short. I think he's trying to blow up the option select block backdash right there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The interrupt. Okay, that's the matchup knowledge you expect out of Kelvin. Now, you see the whiff punish immediately on the down fierce. He's just ready for it.
Okay, yeah, so Haitani now, he's seen that Kelvin blows up the option select, just get his opponent away.
Stomp again. This time no interrupts.
Oh, what?
Oh, that could have been critical art. Scary.
Sure. Kelvin now trying to get back in. Yeah, there's the backdash again. Looking for something.
Pops the trigger, and he does the delay. Oh, no, it wasn't effective because he was stuck in the air already. And Kelvin not going to be able to get in that scenario. Goes for it. Yeah.
Getting a little too crazy.
Yeah, a little bit antsy. Just pulled the trigger. I mean, he felt, you know, super low on life. Didn't have the V gauge anymore, so anything that he blocked would have been chipped.
I like the jump timing from Haitani to get out of that Mika Nadeshko mix-up.
Yeah, that was
like
sick.
He was in the air and he got hit, but he knew he was going to be in the air, and you just get air reset, and that's better than getting your butt kicked.
Dude, who cares? You get that air reset. I mean, the chances of the Mika player confirming off of it, first of all, super low. And even if she does, what does she get? Like, airplane? She gets the wingless airplane. You're like, all right, well, not the end of the world. That's a little bit of damage, and that's that.
Yeah, when you have the amount of life that Haitani did, you can play with your life as a resource like that. Why not?
Yeah, totally.
So BJ is giving some advice to his brother, which makes sense. You did see the matchup knowledge, for sure. The stand strong in between the stomp.
I don't think it's the matchup knowledge that's the problem, as you mentioned. I think it's just the spacing and the play so far from Haitani.
Yeah.
Oh, the character switch from Kelvin.
This is a really interesting choice. Going to a character that I just wouldn't have expected in Fang, but again, I'm sure he's played this matchup a ton.
I think this is a total Kelvin character.
The weird one.
Yeah, the weird, funky
the weird
character that lets him do some cool set play and is a bit wonky.
It's also a Kelvin move in that the guy just can't pick the same character and stick with it throughout a game's life.
No, I don't know what his problem. He
just
can
can't
win
do it.
8 majors in a row and be like, yeah, I don't feel this character anymore.
Like he did in SF4, he did win tournaments with Makoto, and hey, here's Hugo.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
No one knows why. And then Rolento. When his Hugo got sick. You know, this is the way he does things.
That is the way he does things. Anyway, the matchup I don't think is that bad. It's just not. It's not what I would have expected. And seeing him play it so far, there's a lot of forward movement that I don't know. I feel Necalli can blow that up.
I think probably just not expecting the style of Hong. I mean, Kelvin, yeah, very untraditional style. Gets the confirm. Oh, okay, yeah, trying fanciness, but he's too ready. He's so prepared.
It's just not real.
Yeah. And the fact that, oh, what a meaty. Yeah, super, super meaty. Not sure what Kelvin tried, but that's the round.
In that kind of situation, as Fang, you have a better option than Mika does, because you have at least something that's hit invincible.
Right.
But, you know, a lot of characters can stick out a meaty, and you can get past them, and they can still option select a way to counter the end of your command dash.
Yeah, the EX slip and slide thing.
Yeah.
Got him out of the air. It's a technical term for it. You know, Kelvin so far, as you mentioned, a lot of forward movement, not much zoning. I think probably expecting that there'll be maybe dash on reaction to something.
Yeah, I don't really think that zoning is that viable in the matchup. It's just that the times of moving forward, what he's moved forward with, like that, for example, are just not as effective as they could be.
Right, and I think it's a real funky style so far, but it's not turning into a lot of damage anywhere. Great neutral jump, too.
I think that maybe Kelvin was hoping that Haitani wouldn't have the same kind of experience in this matchup that he did in Mika.
Seems like it's pretty similar.
It really does.
Oh, and just the reversal. He's going to have the punish timing correct, the jump in, and there it is. Yeah, too prepared. Both games end the same way. Just the wake up, critical art, and the punish. And that's a 2-0 for Haitani over Kelvin Jeon.
So that was pool number 5, and Haitani gets through on the winner's side.
Yeah, I got to imagine that was winners finals.
I can look that up for you right now.
Let's
Yes, it was.
check it, and there it is. All right, cool.
Again, you can do the same thing at arena.floko.tv. Find out exactly what's going on. In fact, I can even tell you what's going on in loser's side. I should be able to anyway. So
brackets are still going on.
Yeah, right. Remaining losers are Shader versus 310 Patrick and GAM Shin Guile versus GTG Sabo. So one of those will get the chance to play against Kelvin in losers finals.
Yeah, that R.Mika still alive, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have another Necalli up on the stage. Looks like another pretty serious match, actually. We have a good one. We have Zowi's Gamerbee versus Commander Jesse, who had that super strong performance over Mago and a lot of other great players at ESL 1 just not so long ago. You know, his opponent's going to be a tough one. I mean, Gamerbee, as we mentioned, super strong player, fundamentally amazing, and just it's so difficult to beat, right? You know he's going to know what he's doing in all these matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple premier winning player. Only 2 other players have done that so far. And, you know, it's Tokido and Infiltration. So he's up there with some strong players for sure. And we'll see how this match goes. Commander Jesse, of course, local hometown hero. Gamerbee has the heart of the people as well, though. I think it's really interesting. You know, he started coming to America and pretty quickly became one of the fan favorites.
Oh, yeah. Well, the way he broke onto the scene at EVO with Adon in 2010 was out of the blue, and everybody loves to see that. And since then, I think he has been a fan favorite.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And as you said before, one of the best Street Fighter players in history.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the people who were strong in SF4, I think you have to count them as being the strongest overall in Street Fighter history.
Just because
so many people play
the scene, right? Yeah.
If you win a tournament that's 2,500 people, it's harder than when you won a tournament with 100 people, which is how it was back in my day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I won a tournament with 50 people, I thought I was hot stuff.
Yeah.
And now 2 orders of magnitude greater at EVO, it's a little tougher.
I mean, 50 people back then, you are hot stuff. But that was back then, right?
Back then.
So here it is, our match. Commander Jesse on the left out of the United States, Southern California, and Gamerbee of Taiwan. You saw instant fierce from Gamerbee at the start. He was looking to try to snipe limbs from Dhalsim, chase down, he gets meaty here.
Yeah, it's a common opening for Necalli. It can crush normals.
Exactly, yeah. Fierce, just a big button. Drill and immediate challenge from Gamerbee. That's the kind of style you expect from him. He's not afraid to pull the trigger on those uppercuts.
He's just waiting for that.
Slide under. Jesse, he does a good job often when he knows the anti-air is going to be tough of sliding. Just has that slide under instead of contesting the air normal.
So here's that air movement. Sim can't really zone from far away. You definitely don't want to whiff anything as Sim in this matchup. Nice! Didn't have the X!
Yeah, so he got the regular fireball instead, and the mix-up works.
Yeah,
it was a tech from Gamerbee into a missed block. He baited throw, but wasn't in the space to punish, and this is big. Not the round. Oh, it is the round. The EX, the last hit of it, took it. Man.
I feel that Jesse was looking to be outside of grab range and he wanted to shimmy away, but that slow walk speed by Sim was not to his benefit.
Yeah, could have Galed maybe instead. Oh, punish here, but not much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of characters, right? You can whiff those big buttons in his face in neutral or sweep and stuff like that, and it's not a big deal because, you know, what does he punish your sweep with? Stand medium kick?
Right.
All right.
That's a real whiff punish.
Right.
Still in the flames, not anymore.
Yeah, so it's just a bit of great damage that added up for Gamerbee. Oh, big
jump timing.
Gets
Jesse
meaty here.
In trouble.
Oh, he baited the throw with the walk back. Got back in there, took the tech, and said, yeah, I'm just going to throw you here, take the round for myself, and Gamerbee with the first game.
So this is winners finals of pool number 1. Jesse beat Lap Cheat 2-0 to get here.
Yeah.
Gamerbee beat Ender.
And first game, Gamerbee, he looked really, really, really strong. Love the way he played it.
Yeah, there's going to have to be a change out of Commander Jesse. You know, I felt he did well. A lot of the problems were more up close, or timings when he picked to control ground and Gamerbee jumped like right at that moment. That happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Those little timing things.
Spacing. Wow.
Yeah. Those little timing things are tough to change, but that is change he needs.
Yeah, I mean, because those changes are just who you are as a player, right? Where you like to hit buttons and things like that. Meaty here for Gamerbee. Oh, he chases with the dash instead. Great size mode spacing.
It was just beautiful understanding. After blocking that stand fierce, he knows that he can't get hit by another normal unless he moves forward.
Right. I mean, fierce is the farthest one.
Yep.
So if you're out of range of that, you're fine. Slide is good. Makes up time for Jesse if he wants it. No, just backs off. Cuts the screen off.
Keeping him cooking.
Cuts the screen off. That's big damage. Gamerbee
So
with the
much
wrist.
white.
The walk up from Gamerbee. Was so looking for that throw, the dash, and this is where it's so hard for Dhalsim to zone this character.
Oh, beautiful stuff. He's not close enough for the corner combo.
The blocks.
He did go for it. He did go for it. Will he go for the instant overhead or the low?
Oh, the uppercut. Gamerbee's still in there. He's got to take a risk. You got to watch out for that critical art too. You know he's got that buffer ready.
Absolutely.
If Jesse misses spaces or throws a fireball, it's critical. Oh man, all these buttons are so dangerous, and the jab check. Okay. Could you imagine if that was low strong stomp? Super. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a slight risk from Gamerbee with the step forward.
Beautiful spacing. He can still get stand jab and stand short, but he's trying to get the better damage.
Yeah, he wants back medium kick. Wow, teleport timing was perfect from Jesse. Got away from Gamerbee.
There it is. No, too far.
And you see him wait just in case there was. Missed the drill. And that's not huge, but this is going to be damage. Command throw it is. And now Gamerbee with a big lead.
Love this play by Gamerbee.
Chase down.
Yeah, good read.
And that's going to be close to the end.
Look at that.
Just like that.
That seemed like it was a Jesse round at the first 20 seconds of it, and then only in the last 5 or 10, Gamerbee turned it on. That's both characters, right? Necalli can snowball, and Dhalsim, he crumbles. He crumbles. Yeah. He can really crumble.
Oh, and another miss from Jesse. He has those moments where he does miss those air drills or teleports. In the heat of the moment, those panics are going to be a problem.
Oh, very nice.
Throw. We'll see if Gamerbee challenged. He tried, but a little late.
Saved bar. Another chance. Okay, not going for the super. Set up instead. Love the lack of quick rise. Very smart by Gamerbee.
Yeah, perfect to get out of that Dhalsim setup. Blocks from Jesse. He stays patient, but as you mentioned it so quickly, this matchup can be so volatile.
Oh yeah, Gamerbee is very much in this.
Oh, the big jump. Oh, and he baited it. Okay, just takes the damage instead of the critical art. And Jesse with the blocks, looked via reversal. And you got to imagine maybe dash up command throw or button from Gamerbee soon.
Hey,
there it is. And that's going to be that. Commander Jesse going to go down 2-0 to Gamerbee. What a match that was. I mean, he stuffed one dash.
Yeah.
And Gamerbee was like,
doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm dashing again. I mean, it's so little damage that you're going to eat. As Necalli, it's like, okay, I need a stand medium kid.
Right, yeah.
Let me dash again and do this and do 60% of your life.
Yeah, you know that you're a cannon, right? It doesn't matter if you get knocked down every once in a while by Dhalsim.
It's fine.
There's just not that much damage involved. As Sim, you have to, that's how you always are, right?
Yeah.
You're not dealing a lot of damage at once, except in very particular situations. And in situations like that, it's a button. Medium punch, medium kick.
It's not much.
Right, yeah, it's really not that much.
Yeah.
So as a dissuading force, you have to hit the opponent so many times. And I don't want to characterize Sim as being a bad character.
No,
I don't think he's a bad character at all. But that is how he has to play, is by whittling away.
Yeah.
And against a character like Necalli who can just explode, that can be tough.
Yeah, and it's just a little dash at the end. That's all it takes. And as you mentioned, Dhalsim not a bad character.
No.
But that kind of stuff happens to him, and you just saw it. So we'll see how Jesse does in the loser bracket. We're going to head to the next block of pools, which is pools 9 through 16 if you're following along at flowkrsmash.gg. Before that, we're going to head to a little intermission here, and we'll be back with some more Street Fighter soon.
those who I wish to protect. I will fight you. Want to see my kung fu? I'll show you.
Everybody, welcome back to SCR 2016. I'm Sagem. This is
James Chen. How's everybody going?
How is everybody going, James?
I feel like we're supposed to be doing a stand-up routine right now.
Yeah, with the
like
wall.
the brick wall here.
Dude, when I saw
Boy,
that,
I just got here. My arm's tired. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
That's the thing about fighting game cafeteria food. Oh man, shucks. Like, dude, I don't know what this wall is behind us. I was gonna say the same thing when me and David came in, but here's what happened. David got me good. He was like, "Who's doing the intro?" And I was like, "I'll do it, I guess." And he's like, "All right, you do it." So the camera shuts up, or it comes on, it goes live, and I'm like, "Hey," and he goes, "Hey guys, welcome here to SCR 27." And he doesn't even look at me. I was like, "Oh, he got me good."
The troll, David the troll.
Dude, it's a classic. I was like, man, what a rookie I am. I should have let him handle it.
Well, we're going to go right into it. We're going into pools 9 through 16. And first up, we are going to have Ambish versus C3 Chris Nguyen.
Yeah, who is a Southern California Ken player, a phrase you hear pretty often, and is really talented. I think one of the better Wednesday Night Fights players who has not got a W at one yet. I think he's super close to getting one. It's just going to take some time. Really great Ken, has good confirms, spacing, all that. He played Yuan in Street Fighter 4, so I think a natural switch over to a pretty aggressive character.
This is going to be all from Pool 10. You guys can follow along at arena.flowco.tv.
Yeah.
Find the SoCal Regionals page there, and you can see all of the brackets there as well.
Right. And that's, you can find the winners and losers. They have real-time updates on all the matches going down. So if you're, like, looking at a match of your friend or your favorite player, you can see, oh, they just went down one game. Oh, no.
That's right. And you can watch all the pool matches as well. So
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Well, but we're starting off, so Ambish is going to be going with Necalli. And it looks like he is getting the ambush on Chris Nguyen, because Chris Nguyen has not been able to get anything started just yet.
Oh, definitely not. There's the confirm. Chris Nguyen has great confirms on target combos, which is a really pivotal part to playing Ken, honestly. You got to have those ready.
And of course, a bad start with Ken usually doesn't really mean much if Ken gets one hit and takes you into the corner. But wow, wake up EX uppercut from Ambish, just going for it.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of reversals so far from Chris Nguyen as well. So, oh, the crush at the end. 2 roundhouse in a row, and he's blasting off Team Rocket style out of there. You don't like Pokemon. I forgot about. I was gonna make this awesome Pokemon reference, and I forgot James Chen doesn't know who killed Pokemon's dad.
I do not know. No, my Pokemon knowledge is low. I just know that there's some yellow thing named Pikachu. Of course, hard to safe jump in this game with all the quick rising and quick rolling.
Yeah, it is tough. They're definitely. And he got both of the stage transitions at the end there. Wow. Chris Nguyen takes the first game.
It's always one of those frustrating when he did it, so he got out of the cross-up range.
Dude, that's like Rashid crouching fierce.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that move just ducks everything. It's really tough to get over.
Oh, that should be stunned? No, not quite.
Close.
Overhead? No, he went for the throw.
Ah, but there it is. Should be the round. Going to build a bit of meter and then neutral jump at the end. You know, maximum meter build in this game is actually the back throw. Back throw is the way to build yourself the most meter, but
it's actually dependent on the character.
great punish from Ambush too, actually. Hit the whole thing.
And spends the meter, and look at that. Like 40% right there.
Autocorrect uppercut from Chris Nguyen off the dash. Now he's got corner positioning for himself, although there's the check.
Yeah.
One more for closing out this round if he gets a big hit.
It's interesting.
Out like what can I go to after this once they start stopping it. You just think, well, it worked once,
just keep trying it.
Yeah. Right?
Plus, like I said, it's just when it works, you start subconsciously putting it into that this is my go-to pocket.
Yeah, this is what works against this player. It's got to be the dash up throw, and you know, you try to implementing
the jump back one?
The jump back option
one, right?
select, where you input, you know, a little series of moves to cover a few situations, right? If your opponent tries to throw you, you will tech. If they hit a button, you'll block. And if they do something that's delayed, you'll do the jump back.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
there's a lot of US players that I feel like should be using it more.
Dude, I totally agree with you. A lot of people are just not implementing into their game. You see someone walk forward, walk back, low forward, and then they just like are teching throws, and you're like, option select.
Why do I look so small on this camera here?
Whoa, in real life,
how do we approach this situation?
James Chen is actually 4'7", and I'm just 6'3", and that's all there is. This is so weird.
Gandalf, I must return to the Shire.
Yeah, dude. Let's just go on an adventure, dude. That's all I'm saying. The music is so good, right?
To Mordor, to the fires of Mordor.
No, James. Man, do you like the Lord of the Rings movies?
I was into the Lord. I never saw the Hobbit ones though, because I heard those were only okay.
You know, probably not as good. I heard someone tell me that they were like, man, I don't even know why I ever watched the Lord of the Rings movies, because the Hobbit movies were so much better. The Hobbit movies are so much better, and I was like,
oh really? Oh wow.
That's how you learn who you should trust.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why questions like this are important, you know? You just ask stuff like this, and
it's like finding out people like candy corn, you know? So it's just like,
dude, and they hate pop
pies. Dude.
Tasty Steve is one of those. You know, I don't trust them. Degenerate. Like, what is wrong with that guy? He's commentating next to me. He's like, man, this is going to be so much damage. I'm like, is it, Steve? I don't trust you.
Well, hey, let's take this opportunity to look through some of the pools here.
Right.
So in pool 9, for example, we have Clockwork in there, who hasn't been playing much Street Fighter V, but
he's been playing a bit.
After yeah, that's right. I have to look over here. So Dogura here is in 10. Mike Elnaz in here. Dominion is in this pool, and Forwood is in this table. In this pool.
Yeah, it's a pretty terrifying situation. Can you hit them with the link again? It's arena.flow, K-O-F-L-O.
The guys from the Dominican Republic have been playing really well. I just had a talk with Mena RD outside, and they said that DRA is considered their Daigo. It's like the Daigo of the Dominican Republic.
Whoa.
Because he plays everything, and he's good at every single game.
That makes sense, yeah.
Arlieth is in here, if you guys are familiar with him from Wednesday Night. So Raiketsu is in pool 12. Tatsu Shoryu, the young prodigy.
16-year-old Dhalsim player.
16-year-old, yep.
Whose team beat Raiketsu's team yesterday in
Oh,
the team
really?
tournament.
Oh, wow.
Although it was not him, it was Mike and Ike, his teammate, who OCV'd them.
Brentus Cole is in this pool, but I don't think any of them is going. I mean, as soon as you play against him, he just has a backdoor into all of your thoughts and processes.
Yeah, dude, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's just got to remove him from your inner machine. Oh,
wow. So here we go. Pool 13, we've got K-Brad, Nasser from NorCal, Nick Tanella from SoCal. We have low-tier...
Or Ken, or Cammy,
or
Chun,
character, right?
or Balrog,
right.
or, you know, he listed about the entire cast of the game.
Yeah, or a brainless charge character.
Brainless charge character.
Exactly.
There's so many factors. Or, you know, an opponent with superior skill, that's always dangerous.
Pool 14, we have currently qualified for Capcom Cup.
Which is in a dangerous spot because if Filipino Champs drops out of Global, he will take Samurai's spot through just, you know, dropping down, so it's scary.
We've got Romfinite here, who's another SoCal player, so obviously there's going to be a lot of SoCal players in here. Black Skills is in this pool. Sherry Genix is in this pool. Now on the... Of course, he was the highest placing U.S. player outside of L.I. Joe at EVO this year.
9th place.
Yeah, and the worst thing about it was he did super well, and he only got on stream like the 2 matches he lost.
Yeah, dude, he makes it to winner side top 16 at EVO, and then just boom, boom, loses.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Guards and did really, really well from Northern California. Excellent Vega player. In pool 16, E.G. Justin Wong.
The Wazzle Dazzler.
Yeah, we were just talking about him earlier as one of the people who doesn't use the jump back throw option select. No, I was kidding.
I don't understand it at all.
And then
I mean, Justin Wong, you know, he's first place globally in terms of points.
Right.
Right. Well, no one has more points in it.
Not qualified.
Yeah.
Not automatically
the non-qualifying points,
yes.
right? Yeah. Just globally in terms of points. But I guess we're gonna head to a short little break as we set up some matches for you guys. So we'll see you guys in just a bit.
Round 1. Fight!